God, where is my chat? Wherefore art thou, chatty? Silence you. Chat. Chat, what is here? Chat. Oh, chat, chat. Are we kicking? What's happening? Hey viewers, somebody speak up. I'm like all alone here. Waiting for my dinner to finish. Chat. Chat, wake up. Oh, ah. Shit! Ah! Heretic! Hey, what's up? Come on, just give me 1 second. Because I was just thinking, how stupid would it be if someone came while I was getting my food from downstairs? Wouldn't that be ridiculous? And then, of course, it happens.
And now, because of this, you have to bear with the wonderful sounds of me making sweet, sweet love to this chicken parmesan. No fork? What am I, stupid? Shit, I might be. I don't even like pasta, but... Shit. This is edible, alright. Alright. Man, what voice did he have? It's been like 2 weeks, man. I don't deserve this treatment. Alright. It's been 2... No, that's her. Whatever, I don't care. It's been 2 weeks since we left Japan now, and I've been shut up in this cabin the entire time. He was squeaky? Oh, brother. I can't do 2 squeaky characters. I had no idea. But how could she have occupied Kazuma-sama's cabin for so long without him noticing? No, that would have been impossible, obviously. I feel like we did this dialogue already. Yes, of course. Kazuma invited me. He wanted us to go to England together. No, I know that's not it. He actually asked you? But why? I'm afraid I don't really know the reason myself. I don't understand. Oh, chicken parm, baby. Kazuma, why do you want this? What's the real reason? Why go to such extreme lengths to smuggle me to England with you? He's so fine. It's an idea that's been on my mind ever since the end of the incredible trial. I think I told you then, didn't I? That you ought to become a lawyer yourself. Well, yes, you did say that, but I didn't think you were serious. You have a talent for it. I can assure you of that. But I never really thought about becoming a lawyer. Yeah, we've definitely did this dialogue before. Is this before or after the questioning? Oh, okay, it's after, okay. Well, that's something you can decide for yourself. London is at the spearhead of cultural development, the center of the world in many ways. There can't be any harm in seeing such an important place with your own eyes, can there? Well, no, definitely not. But on a personal level, if you were to become a lawyer, then... Then what? Oh, nothing. Oh my god, this song, it's literally... Oh my god, it's that one song, the Donkey Kong song in Smash. You know the one. Heretic, not you posting it in general. I'm crying. That's my go right there. No, nothing. Forget it. Kazuma-sama he was always saying the same thing. That he wanted to... I can't do this voice forever, man. That he wanted to change the Japanese legal system. Perhaps he thought that he could do that with you. Or was the most awkward laugh? Yeah, maybe. But something's still bothering me a little. The look in his eyes then. It was darker than I've ever seen it before. Ah, Susato-san. I'm sorry that we kept it a secret from you when I was stowing away on the ship, I mean. If I know Kazuma-sama, I expect he was trying to protect me, to avoid me becoming guilty by association. Chill 2024. That sounds exactly like me. That's exactly right, yes. Word perfect, in fact. Last night, I gave you my heart. That's not how the song goes. If you're not the culprit, then tell me, what happened last night here in this cabin? Oh, I don't remember. Oh, well, the thing is... Oh, wait, wrong voice. Well, things... I don't really remember. Kazuma brought me something to eat, just like you always did. And then I got myself into that wardrobe over there, just like I always did. After that, I... fell asleep? Well, yeah. Holy crap, I can get so much louder. Jeez. So deeply that you didn't even stir when Kazuma-sama was killed. Well, yes. I know it sounds unbelievable, really, I do, but it's the truth. If I had woken up, then perhaps I wouldn't be in this predicament. And for some reason, my head's still throbbing like anything. Really. Something wrong? Oh, no, it's... Please forget it. Susato-san, you have to believe me, I didn't do it! I really don't want to doubt you. But the trouble is, there's no one else who could possibly have done this. Ugh. Minuscule, if I dare say. Hold on, chicken parm time. Oh. Susato killed him? That would be insane. Kazuma, I don't understand. Why? Why did this have to happen? Ugh, I can't take this. She wants him for herself forever. Don't try to go anywhere. You're the perpetrator of this crime. You can't leave. I can't allow that to happen. I'm sorry. But Kazuma was killed right under my nose here. And I didn't do anything to stop it. And now I'm supposed to just sit around? My hands tied while whoever did this walks free? No, I can't allow that to happen. Well, what do you propose we do then? I'm going to investigate. I'm going to find out. Sorry, I took a bite of this protein bar, man. Hold on. I'm going to investigate. I'm going to find out exactly what happened here. I'm going to work out who took Cosmo's life and how and why they did it. So I'm sorry, but you're going to have to excuse me. Hiya! I'm crying. Oh, what the? That was a Susato takedown. Susato what? What martial art form is that? That was huge. I'm going to need you to prove it. So sorry? Prove it? Yes, your innocence. I need evidence. But how am I supposed to... Have you forgotten already what you achieved just a few weeks ago? Or is depressing right now? What do you mean? You successfully defended yourself in a court of law. Ah, I see. So you expect me to present some conclusive evidence. I have to get Susato-san to believe me. I'll show her some evidence right now that proves I'm not guilty of this awful crime. Bro, what? Well, it's got to be this.
Yes!
Like, we're in this together. All right, then. How about this? Ha! You can't trick me with something irrelevant like that! Oh. Okay, then. Okay. Well, you can't really get thrown on the floor a second time. Oh! Okay.
Yes!
That's not really evidence. Tell me, when I was discovered... Wait, hold on. Alright, heretic. Tell me, when I was discovered in the wardrobe before, was this piece of paper stuck over the doors? Oh, yes it was. I remember clearly. I thought so. Cosmo always put it in place whenever I went to sleep in there, just in case the cabin steward or another crew member decided to look inside. So, naturally, he did the same last night as well. Ah, yes, of course. The gentleman who discovered you peeled that sign from the wardrobe doors before you opened them. If I were truly the culprit, I couldn't have climbed back inside the wardrobe and stuck this on the outside of the doors on my own. Yes, that's quite true. In other words, it's impossible that I killed Kazuma. Look at that forehead, it's huge. Chill on Susato right now. Well, even if you were sprawled hopelessly on the floor, I can see why Kazuma-sama thought so highly of you. Thank you, Susato-san. Now, do you think perhaps you could help me up? Oh, chicken parm, baby. Well, in the light of that evidence, I don't see any reason why I should stop you from investigating in here, at least. Thank you! So, you finally believe me? Susato is ugly compared to Zaddy Inspector. We gotta throw you off the boat. I'm sorry, no. What? I'm not sure yet. I can't rule out the possibility that you used some sort of conjuring trick to put the sign back in position. What does she think I am, a magician? For now, I suggest you investigate as thoroughly as possible in here. I'll do the same. Alright, let's get to work, Susato-san. Don't be so chipper with her. Please, don't misunderstand me. I still have my doubts. Oh. I should be watching you to make sure you do nothing that might disturb the crime scene. I wonder what you're using your conjuring tricks to destroy evidence, for example. Alright. Alright, here we go. Well, anyway, I should start... I should make a start on investigating in here. Examine everything I can. Kazuma, I swear, I will avenge your death. Okay. She mad. Hungry. I assume... yeah, okay. I'm in handcuffs and under house arrest by the crew, not to mention Susato-san's constant glares. I think it's fair to say that I'm stuck in this cabin, for the time being at least. I should focus on investigating here to see what I can find out. She want him so bad? Hold on. I don't think that would work out, buddy. What in the... Oh, okay. That was my dinner from last night. A roast chicken. Chicken. A roast chicken. It was really tasty. Speaking of roast chicken, I really wish I didn't pick such a word-heavy game. I need to eat! Jesus. Yes, it was very delicious, wasn't it? But, did you eat it on the floor here? I'm not a dog, Susato-san. I ate at the table, of course. Which begs the question of when and how the plate ended up on the floor. Oh. Kazuma-sama didn't like chicken at all, did he? Oh. L-mans. Was her forehead so big? You're getting timed out for 30 minutes. Oh, that's right. So he didn't touch it. which meant all the more for me. Oh no, does that mean poor Cosmo-sama spent his last night on this earth with an empty belly? God, the sunlight, she's blinding. I'm crying. It's just too horrible. Now I suddenly have a guilty conscience and an achy stomach. Oh dear, that won't do. Oh, what's the matter, Suzato-san? I'm gonna stop using, like, the honorifics. I know they're in the dialogue, but it makes me look like a gigantic weeb. And also, it's unnatural for my American tongue. Whenever I'm examining things, I always find myself so focused, I forget to look around properly. Oh yes, that's not good. I don't suppose you're as foolish as me in that regard, are you, Naruhodo? That's what you are, weeaboo. How about I shoot you dead? I'm sure you can, pardon me, Chet. I'm sure you're careful to look all around using L and R, aren't you? Now, let's investigate all corners of this cabin. Yes, let's do that. I suppose my field of vision has been rather small until now. I'm crying, okay. That's great. Hold on, chat. My belly aches. These are the rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Berea. Husband never wanted you. I'll shoot you dead in the street. It's essentially a list of requests from the captain to all passengers on board. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. Why are you staring at me? Oh, sorry. I was just thinking. Are you more of a dangerous object or a pet? Come on now. I can't decide. Well, thanks for sure. Either way, I wasn't supposed to be in here. Feeling over Cosmo? I'm not. I don't like necrophilia. What? Hold on. I got nuts in my mouth. I was wondering how it's going. The investigation, I mean. Grandmother told me Japanese people do not make jokes, but it is not true, I see. Sorry? The criminal asking investigator for information about his crime. Very funny. Oh, it wasn't supposed to be a joke. He doesn't appear to be laughing either. He's convinced you're guilty. Girl, so are you. You might have useful information, though. I have to keep trying. So, last night, did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all? Niet! Of course not. Now back to corner of room and make silent. I say no more to you. Did that hit a nerve? Just for a minute there, he seemed a little flustered. That's Kazuma's precious sword. He never went anywhere without it. Yes, he was always saying that a Japanese man's katana is his soul. I believe he had to work very hard to convince the government to allow him to bring it on this trip. I suppose that shows just how important it was to him. I got a chance to join. Let's go, Shark! Welcome to the stream. Glad you can make it. And now he's gone. But I'm not ready to let his spirit just yet. Spirit go just yet. Chow is blocking. I knew something felt off about that. Who says that? Yeah, bro, I keep my soul in my katana, normal saying. Kazuma was crazy, okay? But like in a good way, in a hot way. Anyway, Penny, I'm eating this chicken parm. It's so good. Let me mute again, hold on. This chicken parm is in my soul. Or this chick... Not in my soul, it is my soul. Another year, and I'm gonna tweak. How unfortunate. That don't look too normal. I investigated thoroughly, but I can't find anything out of place. Okay. Sure. Did Cosmo write that before he died? Looks like it's written in ink. He must have knocked the ink pot from the desk when he collapsed on the floor. I suppose he wrote this message... Wait. I suppose he wrote this message by dipping his finger in the spillage. Poor Cosmo. No doubt he was in terrible pain. It's almost unbearable to imagine it. I suppose he was trying to leave some kind of clue in his fellow moments, was he? I'm sorry, partner, but I can't read your writing. I'm dead. I don't think that's Japanese, Naruhodo. What? Then what language is it? It pains me to admit it, but I don't know. It's not a foreign script I'm familiar with. What does it mean, I wonder? Russian? What do you think this is? It looks like a broken piece of glassware. Whatever the thing was, it appears to have broken clean in two. The glass is such a beautiful color. It looks like a cute little Netsuke fastener from a kimono outfit. Words in Russian? I don't know, heretic. That'd be too easy. I'm not sure that sounds like Cosmo. He wouldn't have secretly carried a cute little trinket like this around with him, would he? I mean, he was cute himself, so... And the mark beside it, what is it, I wonder? It has some sort of brick-like hue. Yes, you're right. It is the color of brick, isn't it? Hold on a moment. I need to set an alarm. Imagine if I was late for work tomorrow. I'd shoot myself in the head. Okay. Even though I don't see anything of the same color anywhere else in the cabin. Ooh, that's a blunt object that could be used to bludgeon him to death. Up top. The books have fallen all over the shelf. Look, they've all toppled in some way. Was this a statue of some god of the sea? Well, he's fallen over as well. Yes, it's almost as if the whole shelf has been ransacked, and everything mown down at once. I wonder if perhaps it was Kazuma doing his morning sword training, do you think? I seriously doubt it. And perhaps it was you, Naruhodo, in a fit of rage. I wouldn't have bothered leaving the wardrobe just to mess up a few books and a statue. The way things have been thrown about have anything to do with the case, I wonder? Well, I'll just set everything straight again. I don't like to see a mess. That's disturbing the crime scene! You stupid! Ugh. Great. And she was worried about Ryunosuke messing up the crime scene. And here she goes, oh, I'll just tidy up. Fucking, okay. That's a very large traveling case, isn't it? Yes, it carries a lot of memories for me. Memories? What do you mean? Well, that's actually how I stowed away on this vessel. I was brought on board inside that case. Ah, yes, I see it says this way up. In Japanese. Which in hindsight I should have realized the foreign crewman wouldn't be able to read. I was turned over and over and over, and then I was tossed on the floor in here. Oh dear, being a stowaway isn't as romantic as it sounds. Well, it was less painful than a Susato takedown. Okay. Is that everything over here? I don't really need to investigate that. The door! Huge. When I went for help and the crewman forced the door open, this bolt had been firmly closed. It's quite a small bolt, not particularly sturdy, and it just Huh? You good, bro? And it just slides across to secure the door shut. I didn't say that. But still, with the door bolted, there would be no way to get in or out of the cabin, that's for sure. So I wonder everyone suspects me. She glares at me like that, I feel tense all up and down my spine. I remember reading once in a detective novel. The culprit used a needle and a thread to draw a bolt across from outside the room in a situation like this. Which what? Yes, that's a very clever trick, isn't it? I'm an avid reader of detective stories myself. But the door of this cabin and its frame are made of metal and they seal together perfectly. When I started, I couldn't tell. How about... There would be no possibility of using that needle and thread trick here, I'm afraid. When she looks at me like that, I feel pins and needles all up and down my spine. Alright, that's everything on this side of the room. Except this. Seigi, the Japanese word for justice. The brush strokes are straight and true, just like Kazuma. Hey, I don't know if Kazuma was all too straight, you know? I'm just hoping. Yes, his calligraphy was always was a reflection of his heart. And can you really look at those characters without feeling shame, knowing who drew them so thoughtfully? Of course I can. I mean, I'm innocent, so why shouldn't I be able to? Even though you stowed away on this ship. You're not gonna bring that up, are you? I can't win. Just making a fanfic about a dead man. I don't have a rebuttal for that one, okay? Yeah. I'm gonna take a bite of this chicken parm. Fuck you. This is where dear Cosmo would have sat whenever he was writing. London Diary. Wait. Oh, I have to read. Hold on. In Cosmo's voice. This will be huge. Poor Cosmo. He didn't even make it to his destination. It looks as though the last entry is incomplete. Which means, what? He was in the mode of writing it when the incident happened? Let's see what it says. It could be a valuable clue. Hi-ya! That's out of the question. Well, Cosmo-sama may have departed from this world, but you must not read his private thoughts. But what if it's something important? Something relevant to the case? Alright, I won't read it. She's crazy, man. Poor Kazuma. I don't like prying into people's personal matters either. But in this case, isn't the need for clues more important? Getting beaten by women? Not even. By a teenager. She's like 5'2". I'm crying, bro. A chair. It's some 2 weeks since we set sail from Japan. Have you really been living in that wardrobe the entire time, Naruhodo? I think living isn't quite the right description. Oh no, I suppose not. Although it must have been rather exciting making this voyage in your own secret hideout. The trouble was, I never knew when a member of the crew might come in. So yes, I did basically have to live in the wardrobe. And last night was no exception. But because of that, you had no idea what was happening out here in the cabin. No, sadly not. This is... yes, it's a bell cord contraption, I think. What do you mean, contraption? I read about it in a book I was studying that talked about life in Great Britain. Large households often have bell cords like this, which you can pull to ring a bell to summon servants. This is just like fate! Really, that sounds almost magical. Shall we give it a little try? Yes, what do you mean yes? In the interest of cultural research, obviously. I really didn't think this would amount to anything, okay. I suppose nobody comes from lovely Japanese people, or for. Oh no, I'm sure it's just that everyone is busy, that's all. So sad. Her eyes are so tiny. I think that's some kind of opening for a ventilator. Hole through which fresh air can circulate into the cabin. Isn't that a little odd? What do you mean? Well, this ventilator... ventilator? I hardly know her. Well, this ventilator, if that's what it is, looks like it must connect to the next door cabin. Yes, it would appear too. You're right. If its purpose is to allow fresh air into the room, surely it would connect to the outside. That's true. Wait, was that the wrong voice? Whoops, I'm like so... Sorry. Perhaps it's so that rain and spray don't find their way in when the seas are rough, or something like that? I suppose. Maybe that's it. What in the... He just teleported, man! He just teleported in! Whatever. Literally, he wasn't there a minute ago, like... Nightcrawler? Is that you? Hello? Not the guy from the 2014 movie starring... What was the actor's name? Nightcrawler. 2014. Starring Jake Gyllenhaal, the guy with the weird face? He was not there. He was not! Who's that? He wasn't there a minute ago. As far as I can tell, it looks like he might be European. Oh, how did he... You've noticed the man too, have you? I have no idea who he is or how he got in here, but he looks suspicious and tall. Suspiciously tall! Oh, hold us on. Don't tell me. You schizo, bro. I'll shoot you. Do you really not know who that is? Well, no. I don't have any foreign friends or acquaintances at all. He doesn't look like any member of the crew, and there's something very unusual about him. Is he investigating Cosmo's desk, or is he just playing on it? I can't tell. Well, in that case, we simply must talk to him. I was just imagining it, or does Susato-san look almost uncontrollably excited? How tall are you? That is not for you to know. How can you sound a height, heretic? Make it make sense. By the way, I expect that you've noticed already, but just in case, if you press X... Okay. I like to imagine that every time you say talk to the, I'm crying! I like to imagine that every time you say talk to, the price of the hawk to a coin drops 10%. I'm dead. You sound like a mosquito. You sound like a gnat. Okay. How about that? Oops. Oh well. Oh, please do. Whatever. Ah, crap. What voice do I give him? Excuse me. Light buzzing noise at best. Excuse me. Do you have a moment? Shh. This is a critical point in my investigation. Oh shit. We've already committed. All right. Maybe I should leave him alone. He seems a little unfriendly. Yes, perhaps that would be for the best. Give him a nasally voice? Absolutely not. Greetings! I hope I haven't kept you long. I don't even know what... I don't even know what that... What was that? The prosecutor from before? I'd rather kill myself. How about that? Ah! What exactly were you doing on Cosmo's desk just now? Is this Rick Sanchez? Ah, I see. Fascinating. Do it? I'm not doing that. Sorry? What do you see? What is this, like, Kingdom Hearts-esque music? I'm crying. Am I fighting a Roxas right now? It feels like he's looking right through me. Oh yes, everything is clear now. The train of reasoning has run its course. My deductions have crystallized. Bro, you have been in Afghanistan, I perceive. Just recently returned, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry? What? And now, whilst adventuring towards foreign climes, you find yourself in a most troubling predicament. Oh, well, that's true at least. But how? How the deuce do I know that? Perhaps. It was really a most elementary. It was really a most elementary deduction. Hardly worth explaining. Have you perhaps managed to deduce anything else? But of course, a great many things. There's no mystery, my dear madam. For example, you have fled. You have fled your native land of Russia, being as you are a merciless revolutionary. You leave 16 victims of assassination in your wake, and now travel to England to blow up the Crystal Tower. Or can I speak? Stop speaking, just do a walkthrough? Kill yourself? And when the Burabond, occupant of this very cabin, discovered your identity, you ended his life too. Yes, I believe that summarizes the facts beautifully. No need to hide the truth now. Nothing deceives these eyes. Burb. Yeah, that did happen. Bourbon chicken. Yeah, that one happened. I can't deny this one. That was facts. Just to be clear, you are talking about me, are you? Can you speak properly? Heretic, we're gonna flay you, and then hang you in a jail cell. Like they did Rod from A Nightmare on Elm Street. That's what we're gonna do to you. You're gonna be a skinless, fleshy thing as you gasp for air. Certainly I am. What was that, bro? Do you see another in this cabin who fits the bill? A Russian assassin with 16 victims to his name. I don't even see one person who fits the bill. So it's true. It was you who did this to Kazuma-sama. To the honorific, dude! What? And and you're plotting a revolution too. It's a shameful behavior, Naruhodo. Absolutely wicked. No, listen, there's no way Hi-ya! This game rocks. Now explain yourself. Tell me everything. This is ridiculous. Am I stupid? I'm so stupid. I'll be right back. How could you do it? I'll be right back now. Wait, I'm actually a genius? Holy... Okay. For pity's sake, open your eyes! I'm not a Russian revolutionary, obviously. Oh, forgive me. And as for you, what kind of deduction was that? You were just saying the first thing that came to your head. Ah, but was I not right? Whilst venturing towards foreign climes, you do find yourself in a most troubling predicament. Do you not? Well, yes, maybe. Ha! There you have it. You see, what do you make of that, hmm? Well, to be honest, this ship is en route to England, and I'm in handcuffs at the scene of a murder. So, I'm not really sure you could call it a deduction. It's more plain observation. Indeed, an observation, my dear boy, is the basis of all deduction. My method is founded upon the observation of trifles, you see. I announce my findings with a brassy certitude. And more often than not, I'm right. I don't think you introduced yourself. Ah, my apologies. How remiss of me. I am none other than the greatest detective of the century, known to men and women the world over. The inimitable Sherlock Holmes. So it's really you? The actual Sherlock Holmes. The very same. The imitable, actual Sherlock Holmes. Do you know this man, Susato-san? Damn it! I did the honorific again! Stop it! Stop it, Chill! You're not Japanese! The most famous detective in the world, Naruhodo? Of course I do. There's nobody who hasn't heard of him. What planet have I been living on, then? We must ask him what he's deduced. He'll have worked out the entire case already, I'm sure. But really? Why do I feel uneasy about this? Stop it, stop. Stupid! Alright. Great detective, how about that? 'Cause I'm unsure about that. So, you're a great detective, are you? Sorry, what was your name again? Oh, brother. Indeed, I am none other than the one and only Sherlock Holmes. I was crashing out over the honorific. I said I was gonna stop doing them! Stupid! Exactly. Oh, I see. You're German? Herlock, was it? No. I have no her. I mean, I have hair. Please, call me Holmes. You can read all about my exploits in this exciting London publication. Oh, yes. Rant's magazine, full of wonderful short stories and interest articles from Great Britain. I'm late, but here's some here! Welcome. It's better late than never, especially because we started 34 minutes late. I didn't actually start playing until... yeah, very late. So, you're not even late. Good, now I'm gonna go. Heretic, what the hell, man? Goodbye, fleshy thing. You can't leave. You're not allowed to leave. Have a good night, bro. I never miss an issue. I have it sent from England, especially. Oh, yes, here it is. The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. So you're the protagonist in a series of short stories, then? Indeed I am. And you've read so many of your own stories, you've started to think you really are a detective. Make no mistake, I'm not the poor, deluded fellow you take me for. It's kind of fine, man. Have we reached Britain? We haven't reached Britain yet. We are en route. But we're in a bit of a predicament. Your inference is backward. Backward? My trusty biographer records my greatest detecting achievements and chronicles them in the magazine. You have a biographer, do you? Doesn't everyone? Mine goes by the name of Dr. Wilson, presently keeping shop in London. Dr. Wilson? I must say, thanks to that publication, I've been fantastically busy of late. Stop doing that! Why, this very moment I am returning from Asia, having solved the mystery of a cursed royal crown. Really? I can't work out whether I should take this man seriously or not. Detection, you see, is, to me, a science. Logical reasoning in its purest form. Better than my guesswork. A science? Really? The astute observer notices even the most subtle of reactions in his subjects. A furtive glance, a twitch of muscle, a slight inclination of the posture. Fingernails, arms, sleeves, furrows in the skin. All these things are data. Right. And the trained logician makes deductions from this data in the blink of an eye. The ultimate conclusion is, without fail, the truth. As I demonstrated only a few short moments ago, how can you look me in the eye and claim that? So you see, I have a turn both for investigation, or for observation, and deduction, and fame. That is what makes me the one and only Sherlock Holmes. His name just doesn't have like no oomph to it. Doesn't have that oomph. I'm sorry, bro. I'm trying to gas him up. Have you managed to do anything about this particular case yet? Him being old? Yeah. Welcome to the stream. What's up, bro? My pistachio! was nothing in there. It was just shell, bro. What's going on? 2024 has not been kind to me, bitch. Don't be mean to me. Have I managed to deduce anything? My dear fellow! Who do you suppose discovered the culprit in his most cunning hiding place? That's right. It was none other than the great detective before you now. I'm leaving? You can't leave! No, I love you! Pause. Mr. Herlock Sholmes. Ah, I see. In other words, I'm in these now because of him. When I became anxious about Cosmo this morning, I summoned all the crew members to force the cabin door open. And I concealed myself among their number, getting entry to the scene of the crime. There's no way you conceal yourself, bro. Look at you. Yes, luckily for everyone, the great detective, Herlock Sholmes, was aboard. And the handcuffs seem to be an excellent fit, Mr. Norhodo. Ah. The very moment I laid eyes on the scene, 2 facts were immediately apparent to me. Oh, really? 2 facts, you say? 2 facts. Oh, come on. Mr. Sholmes, tell us, please. What 2 facts were apparent to you when you came into this cabin this morning? Ah, yes. But first, let's be precise. The 2 facts in question were immediately apparent to me. Yes, I understand. But what were they? Allow me to elucidate. The 2 facts that I deduced from a mere momentary glance at the scene of the crime were as follows. Number 1, the cabin was locked from within, rendering escape of the culprit out of the question. Number 2, the victim was Russian and killed following a dispute with an acquaintance. Hold on, Mr. Sholmes, what made you think the victim was Russian? Wait, he said the victim was Russian? Or I'm lost? Samir, okay, so we're on a ship to Britain and not so Great Britain. And someone killed Cosmo. They think that it's Ryunosuke because he stowed away on the ship and was trapped inside of the closet. Sorry. No, he was hiding out in Cosmo's wardrobe. Or so bag. What's up, Ian? So he was hiding out in the wardrobe, and also the door was like bolted from the inside, so there was no like getting out or getting in. So everyone thinks that it's Ryunosuke that killed Kazuma because of the circumstances. And also there are like Russians on board. And this guy is here. I think I summed it up nicely. Okay. Observe the dying message left by the victim on full. Oh, that silly guy? Which one? Whatever that is. That is the Russian word for wardrobe. Do you really think Kazuma could have left a dying message in Russian? In their final moments, many find their native tongue filling their head. For this young man, Russian. Kazuma was Russian, was he? Initially, I considered Godorov may have been the name of the killer. A certain Robert God, perhaps. Alright. But in the interests of thoroughness, I decided it would be wrong to not look inside the wardrobe there at least. Where you found Mr. Naruhodo sleeping soundly. Quite so! I found you, the renowned Russian revolutionary killer. Why is that? Why is it that I'm Russian too? I observed that you were wearing the same attire as the victim. In other words, you were acquainted. If my memory serves, that outfit is the traditional dress of the Russian people. Our school uniforms, the traditional dress of the Russian people? I had no idea. I had no idea a detective could get something so wrong. I took a photograph of the victim and the message that I might analyze it for the possible hidden details. That's depressing. This was taken immediately after the young man was discovered, before the body was removed. Yes, Kazuma had already been taken away when I woke up. It's the first time I've actually seen him like this. Even in death, he's hot. Oh, are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, Torinosuke wiki card? What? I'm crying. Yes, thank you. Photograph of the crime scene has been entered into the court record. Alright, huge. Can I ask you something, Mr. Sholmes? No, not Holmes, not Holmes. Mr. Sholmes. What pray? You mentioned... wrong voice. You mentioned Russian before as well, didn't you? You know, when you said I was a fearsome revolutionary fleeing from Russia and all that? Ah, yes, the train of reasoning that led me to the truth. Would you mind explaining that train of reasoning to me, do you think? Whatever that is, certainly, if it interests you. How many times? I'm not Russian. I don't speak Russian either. Alright. Can we talk about your deduction before? The things you conclude about me, I mean. Ah, the now famously accurate, troubling predicament you find yourself in. Actually, it was the other details that I was more hoping to discuss. You know, the merciless Russian killer, or revolutionary, and assassin of 16 part. Where did he pull that 16 figure from, actually? That's... I'm crying. Ah, yes, the more sordid details. It was fairly a commonplace deduction. Here we have this morning's paper. The main headline reads... Does that look like Ryunosuke to you? Revolutionary villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. This vessel made a port call at Shanghai yesterday, and at last the young Russian was murdered. Since when was Cosimo a Russian? It sounds like Mr. Sholmes has concluded that he was Russian because of what Cosimo... No honorifics! You ruined my flow! Because of what Cosimo wrote on the floor. It was a simple act of reasoning to realize that the culprit of this crime was the same merciless revolutionary. One who would kill the very man who helped him to escape after his true identity was discovered. Yes, you, violent Bolshevik. Is his name pronounced villain? Hold on. I don't know. I don't know a lot about Russians, bro. No. How could it be me? I don't look anything like this man. Just look at his face. Well, you're a fearsome revolutionary after all. Therefore, you have no doubt learnt to revolutionize your appearance as well. Oh, please. And might I add, your name does not appear on the ship's passenger list. Need I say more? Well, that's because I'm a stowaway. Yeah, so would Mr. Bolshevik. Well, what about the other details? The 16 victims of assassination and blowing up the Crystal Tower? Yes, the journalist clearly interviewed the man and printed all those particulars in the detail, or in the article. It's just a completely different word. The deeds of the man has perpetrated thus far, and those he is plotting. Yes, everything about this revolutionary Bolshevik was included. There can be no mistake. Do revolutionaries usually agree to do interviews with newspaper reporters, I wonder? What about the part where you said I was just returning from Afghanistan? Also quite clearly stated here in the article. Bolshevik has recently returned after a period of subversive activities in a war-torn region of Afghanistan. Joshua can't read. Where even is it anyway? This Afghanistan place. Here, take the paper for yourself as a little memento of this great deduction. Oh, thank you. I've absorbed all that is of interest to me within its pages, but I see no rubbish bin nearby. What a guy. Wait, do you guys think Bolshevik was the... you think he's gonna be, like, found on the ship or something? But then that begs the reason, or the question of what reason. Joshua can even think today. And you may find the article on the back page of interest as well. On the back. Cast your eye over it some time if the interest takes you. They may need someone to interpret. It's all written in Russian. I couldn't hope to read it. I suppose it wouldn't hurt just to glance at the article. Maybe there might be a picture or two. Yeah, because that sailor is going to be no help. Before we started talking, you were examining Cosmo's desk, weren't you? Cosmo. Ah, yes, the victim. Did you notice anything useful? Anything at all? He's so fine. Observe for a moment the desktop of the victim. We see that the victim was engaged in pinning some text. London Diary. Where did that voice come from? I'm crying. London Diary. Cosmo was keeping notes of the trip. But I don't think you should read his private writings. It could upset people. Tragic! And something you ought to perhaps elucidate before the act of reading. You mean you've read it already? And it's my business to know what other people do not. Yes, believe it or not, I know a smattering of Japanese. Oh, I see. Well, you're about to know what a Susato takedown is. Susato-san? Are you going to throw the detective with your trademark takedowns? I'm sorry, Naruhodo-san. Not the honorific! I'm sorry, Naruhodo. What on earth do you mean? Life is so unfair. Anyway, to return to the matter at hand, namely, this diary belonging to the victim. It would appear the final sentence is incomplete, as if the author were cut short. Tell me, what is the nature of the writing? Pray be precise as to details. Oh, but I thought you knew Japanese. He said a smattering, bruh. A smattering, dear boy, a smattering. Sayonara, bonsai, mikado, nado nado. I trust you are suitably impressed. But this diary is littered with complicated-looking characters, of which I can read precisely none. So what was all that showing off for about then? If you'd be so kind as to show me, I would be happy to read it for you, Mr. Sholmes. I hate them. Much obliged, my dear madam. The final entry here in Kazuma's diary consists of two short sentences. The first reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear faint whistling sound. A whistling sound? These are very deep waters. Pray, go on. The second sentence reads, 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. A speckled band? What on earth does that mean? I have no idea. I've never heard of it, that expression before. The ventilator grill, you say? The man was presumably referring to the lattice there on the wall, which connects to the adjoined cabin. Yes, the adjoining cabin. This diary has been entered into the court record. Here we go. Alright, we're getting somewhere. So, I believe I've given you enough to consider for the time being, at least. Do you have somewhere to go? As it happens, the victim's writings in his diary have piqued my interest. To the next room we go. The matter warrants further investigation, I believe. If I'm still too long, the seasickness takes hold. Oh, I suppose you're thinking of investigating the cabin next door, which the ventilator connects to? Great detectives are a curious breed. Our minds rebel at stagnation. We crave mental exaltation. That word doesn't mean what you think, bro. So yes, I intend to investigate. Hence the truth will become clear soon enough. Do you think perhaps that we could go with you? No, that would be somewhat complicated. What? But why? A simple glance at your wrist should reveal the answer. These. After all, you're the prime suspect in this matter. No? There's no point in trying to turn it into a question. You're the one who decided I was the culprit in the first place. Whatever do you mean? I have no recollection of naming you as the culprit at any point. Did you not? You must be joking. You just said it only a moment ago. Dear me, you are clearly misguided. I had no cause to say such a thing. Well, actually, Mr. Sholmes, I did hear you say that, too. You're quite sure? Well, that's very strange. I wouldn't have said you had the face of a criminal, you know. Not really. So, what were you looking at my knees before? So, what, were you laying on my knees before? Some great detective you are. Put the emphasis in the right place. Well, anyway, that was then and this is now. What do you mean? What I mean, sir, is this. If you are the culprit, then you must play the part more convincingly. Roll over and accept your fate. Ah ha 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 ha! I was just being plain rude. Did he leave? What a beast. And off he goes, having just laughed in my face. And sense of humor is as twisted as his name. Naruhodo, what are you... No. She don't have that voice anymore. Naruhodo, what are you just standing there for? Hmm? I must go investigate the cabin door next door as well. Aren't you forgetting something? What about these? There's no way I can... Hey! What? After Kazuma spent his dying moments struggling to leave us a clue, you're willing to give up? You're just gonna roll over and accept your fate? Well, as if you gave me any choice in the rolling over part. Wait, what are we waiting for? What's up, Samir? I think we still have some investigating to finish off in here first, don't we? You're not talking to anyone, I just realized. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? I'm just trying to play esports. Oh, lol. Like no one's chatting. No, you're good. Don't worry. Let's carry on examining what we can in this cabin while we wait for a chance to slip next door. Good idea. The situation doesn't look good for me, but there are still things I can do to help myself. And I owe it to Kazuma to do everything I can to find a way out of this. This just us? It might be. It might just be, brother. And bring the real culprits to justice. I think Penny's still here, and maybe Ian. I don't know how it works, honestly. Like, well, I have no idea how YouTube, like, counts, like, viewers, whatever. Anyway, is that another sailor? Is something wrong, Naruhodo? Oh no, it's just that crewman standing by the door. I can't help feeling like I've seen him somewhere before. Oh yes, you're right. He does look familiar. Excuse me, sir. Yes, what can I do for you? Oh my god! Heretic would be like blowing a gasket right now. In fact, I have to ping him. I have to ping him. Are you kidding me? I recognize that face, but it can't be. Hold on. Peep stream for a moment if you can. I'm crying. What's his voice again? It is! I didn't know you were here. What is that voice? I didn't know you were here, Inspector Hosonaga. This is like Heretic's fetish, bro. I can't believe this. Hello again. What are you doing here? I think that should be my line. I was so stunned when I saw you, my heart stopped. Nearly stopped? I hope. I received some special orders to go undercover as a member of the crew and board the ship. Again? You certainly seem to enjoy undercover work, Inspector. Oh, this is the Detective Gumshoe of this game, I just realized. Of course. If there's anything I can do to help you, please ask. I never expected to see this man on board, but perhaps his presence can help me out of this hopeless situation. Yeah, let's talk. Hold on. Chicken pie, baby. So, what are your special orders this time, Inspector? Yes, and why are you dressed as a member of the crew? Well, that seems pretty self-evident. I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. I take full responsibility. For what? My orders were to act as Asogi's bodyguard. And it was Minister of Justice Jigoku who pushed for this overseas study tour to go ahead. And he entrusted me with ensuring that Asogi reached Great Britain without being assassinated. Assassinated? How could that even be a possibility? I'm not sure, but these are complicated times. There are tensions between the world's greatest powers. Minister Jigoku said we should be prepared for all eventualities. This is incredible. I don't believe it. Kazuma-sama was... Honorifics! Honorifics! Kazuma was assassinated. Obviously, we couldn't give Asogi a visible security escort. Which is why I'm undercover now, posing as one of the crew. I see. And I didn't take my eyes off him the entire time we've been on board, from morning until night, every day. But I never imagined it would happen here, inside his own cabin, not here on the first-class deck. I failed miserably at my assignment, and Asogi-san... Damn it, honorifics! And Asogi is dead as a result. I'm a disgrace. All I can do is humbly apologize. Inspector? So if there's anything at all that I can do to help now, just say the word. Okay. We're doing what we can to investigate We're doing what we can to investigate Kazuma's death ourselves. I thought you might be. You didn't do it, did you? You're not the killer. Of course not. Would you really like to investigate the cabin next door? Yeah, so we need to be allowed out of this cabin. I'm sorry. What? You've been deemed a risk to the ship's safety. If you move to even touch the handle of the cabin door... That stormy-looking seaman... That's stormy, huh? That stormy-looking seaman there would surely snap your neck in two. I suppose I'm not just a stowaway now. They think I'm a murderer as well. Would it be possible to give me something to work with, do you think? Would I need something persuasive? What do you mean? If I had a solid reason why the next door cabin should be investigated, for example, I'd do everything I could to persuade the captain to allow it. Really, I'd lay my life on the line if I had to. But I don't see how... There may be a way. What, really? Think of how you tried to persuade me with your innocence, Naruhodo-san. Damn it! Think of how you tried to persuade me with your innocence, Naruhodo. By presenting me with a piece of evidence that you had already had in your possession. Evidence? It's just the same as when you're in court. You must have done it many times during your trial. Simply select the present panel. Okay, tutorial. Alright. Well, there are two things that I have. First off, this. That would be dangling. That'd be coming from the next room. And then there's also the revolutionary article. What if he's hiding out in there? But I think this one, obviously, it links the next room. You know, very, very well. So we're going to present our Diary of Kazuma. What's that? It's Kazuma's diary. Just before he died, Kazuma wrote something rather strange in his diary. Strange? In what way? He wrote, "What looks like some kind of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill." A speckled band. That is strange. Yes, we're still trying to work out what he meant by that. But what I'd like to know is... Don't tell me. The ventilator, is it? You're very astute, Inspector. That ventilator clearly joins the next door cabin. That's right, so if we can investigate in there, we might be able to work out what the speckled band was. Alright then. I can't leave this cabin at the moment. I'm stuck here until we arrive at the next port. The captain has given me strict orders to guard. Gotta go, have a good night, and good luck. Thank you! Appreciate you joining for as long as you did. You have a good night, man. Guard the scene of the crime, you see. Solve this damn case, I'm crying. I'm gonna try and get to... I mean, I do kind of want to stop soon, but I want to get to a point where we're, like, in the next courtroom for the next, stream. I'll have to entrust this investigation to you. Why did he say that? Really? You're willing to do that? Oh, I do need to be in bed at a reasonable time. I have to go to work tomorrow morning. Oh. Yes, as long as you don't leave the first-class cabin area, I'm afraid I can't remove those handcuffs, though. But what about the captain? Aren't you going against his direct orders? I'm a man of my word. And I promise you that I'll lay my life on the line if that's what it takes to convince the captain. After all, I failed to keep Asogi alive. This is the least I can do. Thank you. Let's seize the moment then, Naruhodo. Just select a move and we can leave this cabin at the last. Or, at last. Alright, let's go. Alright, baby. 9th of January, 7:48 a.m. Being accused of murder at 7:48 a.m. is, like, horrible, bro. Finally out of that cabin. I have to admit, this isn't quite what I was expecting. It's less spacious out here than I thought it would be. And this is the most luxurious accommodation. What is that mousetrap doing, bro? Yes, indeed. Kazuma was just being sent on this study tour by the government. That's why he was being put up in a first-class cabin. Even still, it is about twice as large as my accommodation in steerage. Really, that must be awful. Oh my. Look at him. Oh, look over there. There's another crewman keeping watch. He looks enormous, even if he is sitting down. Next to him leads the second-class accommodation. That's why he's making sure that no one comes in here who shouldn't. I suppose, like people in handcuffs? Naruhodo, you look like a little boy visiting a toy shop for the first time. I would have thought you'd been used to the ship by now. We've been at sea for 2 weeks already. He's been stuck in this room, brah. Oh, yes, I know, but the thing is, I was inside Cosmo's trunk when I first came aboard. And ever since then, I've been shut up inside that little wardrobe. It must have been a very trying time for you. Please, don't give me that pitying look. Alright. I guess we have to examine it. Okay. Just look on top of the table, and there's a pen next to it. Yes, looks like the ship's log. Should I have a little look through it? Seems important. The writing is so neat and precise, every detail about the voyage has been meticulously recorded. You wouldn't expect the rough and ready sailor to have such beautiful handwriting. And nothing. No reaction at all. I might appreciate the compliment. Compliment? Brother? I'm not sure that rough and ready is much of a compliment, Naruhodo, even to a sailor. Anyway, last night's log is mostly blank. Presumably, that means there was nothing to report. He's not gonna talk then. Excuse me, but could I ask you something? You little stowaway murderer. Okay, well, that sounds like a no. That wasn't a good start, was it? Alright, let me try instead. Good day, Mr. Sailor. I'm so sorry to trouble you, but could I perhaps ask something of you? You little third-class lady's maid. Wow. Oh. We soon caught this sailor on a bad day, Susato-san. I am not a sailor. My mother gave me a name. I am senior crewman Beef Stork. I, I am senior crewman Beef Stroganoff. Whew. The best thing is just to avoid eye contact, I think. I want to ask about his name, brother. Mr. Stroganoff, about this first-class cabin area. Here we are in finest part of Barrier steamship for very important persons. What sort of very important persons? Government officials, kings and queens traveling in secret. Many important persons. That is why I'm always standing guard in this place. Gosh, that's amazing. But somehow I let stupid stowaway inside. I want to pick you up and throw you in the ocean, but Stroganoff is not animal. Thank you? If I may, I was wondering, is the cabin next to Mr. Asogi's currently occupied? Is that... I don't know, man. Did you understand that? It sounded like... It sounded like da. Okay, so no. I think it's probably Russian for yes, or no. How specific. It is not permitted to visit other cabins without invitation. Well, it sounds like there is somebody in the next door cabin at least. Yes, it's tantalizing. Who's in there? I want to know. Could you tell us who's traveling in the cabin next door to Mr. Asogi? Whoa, what, so you can murder him? Sorry. His name is Mr. Grimsby Roylet. He is a very important Western gentleman. Western gentleman. Now think about it. He has nothing to do with the murder of Student Boy. How can you be so sure about that? Mr. Roylet is authentic Western gentleman. Such a man would have no interest in lowly student from insignificant Far East lands. That was harsh. Could you tell us when Mr. Roylet came aboard? That is not your business. Come to think of it, even though we've been at sea for 2 weeks now, and I've been at Cosmo's cabin the entire time, I've never once heard anything from the next door cabin, or even felt like there's anyone in there. Ooh. Well, presumably this gentleman is occupying one of the first-class cabins. He must be rather important, is that right? Authentic gentleman. That is not your business. And last night... are you on watch here all the time? Seaman just... Stop! Are you on watch here all the time, Seaman Stroganoff? Da. All the time. So criminals like you cannot come in or get out. I wonder, could you tell us anything about last night at all? It is sad about Student Boy. Were you on watch last night as well? Of course. And did you notice anything at the time? Anything unusual? It. Okay. So, did you understand that? It was clearly a no. I saw nothing unusual. Nothing at all. You didn't hear anything strange, any strange noises, or sense anything was wrong in some way? I said no. Sorry. I'm not so sure. I could have sworn that he wouldn't catch my eye for a moment there. Everybody's a liar and Ace Attorney. This is enough. I cannot say more now. Oh. It is time for me to report to Captain. You must return to cabin. Yes, alright. Bulkhead to second class area, staying locked at all times. You escape when lobster whistles on top of the mountain, or as English say, when the pigs fly. Yes, I understand. Hi, Sammy! Welcome to the stream. You're the only person in here, first off, other than me. Good. Alright. Welcome to the stream, bro. Good. Now we can investigate this area properly, shall we? Just got home? Oh, bet. I don't know how long I'm gonna go, just because, like, everybody left. Sammy, everybody leaves me in the end. Sorry. I thank God a brother is sleepy. What do you mean? You're gonna leave me too? I'm gonna try and go quickly. I want to end, like, right before, like, the next court section, just so we can jump into the fun stuff next time I stream this game. But also, I really want to end stream so bad, and I have to be at work tomorrow in the morning. I only dozed off on the bus, bro. Oh, that's dangerous. That book on top of the table there really is huge. There's a pen with it, too. I'm sure that's the ship's log. Drop a little look through it. Yeah, we already talked about this. Blah 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 blah. Anyway, look here. Last night's log is mostly blank. Oh, yep, already read that. Okay. This looks like a plan of the SS Buria. It shows each deck. Look. The Buria is a large-scale steamship with a triple-skinned hull. What a marvel of engineering. Well, it's been playing on my mind for a while now, actually, but how is it that such a huge lump of metal doesn't just sink to the bottom of the ocean? Well, that's really quite simple, Naruhodo. It is? Well, consider the Japanese archipelago. The islands of Japan? Yes, they're not metal, but they are enormous lumps of earth, many times larger than the ship. And they don't sink, do they? They've been floating happily on the sea since the gods created them. Well, I suppose so. Okay, then. Alright. The door. We already know. Oh, is something wrong? I was thinking about making a run for it, just for a moment. Things aren't exactly going well for me. I might be wrong, but I imagine the moment you reach for the handle of the door, that burly seaman would... that burly sea person would surely shoot you dead. Oh dear, I'm sorry. Perhaps I went a little too far there. I know I started with my talk of running away. There's no way I could run away while Kazuma's death remains a mystery anyway. This! Mousetrap. Trap for catching mice. Yes, we have plenty of those back home in Japan. They seem to be using a lump of chalk or something as bait. That's not normal. Let me see. Yes, I think that's what it's called. Cheese. It's made from the milk of cows. Cheese. I wonder what that tastes like. Don't wonder too hard. You can't eat it, Naruhodo. That trap will snap shut on your fingers. Really? But... I suppose you're right. It does look enticing. I would like a little treat. A piece of cheese. As a treat. That would be nice. That'd be rather nice. Right about now. Sorry. You weren't actually going to try it, were you? All I've had to eat for the past couple of weeks is Cosmo's leftovers. You know how hungry I've been in that wardrobe. Or you. I'll find a little snack for you later. Aw. What do you think this is? It's a very pleasing shape, isn't it? That's the emergency alarm. It's probably best not to touch it. Oh, an alarm. It says, press only in times of emergency. Looks as though it sets alarm bells ringing all over the ship. And brings the vessel to a complete stop. Oh, this I have seen. What are you doing, Naruto-san? You mustn't touch it. Well, this is an emergency situation. Just look at these handcuffs. I'm crying. You know full and well that's not what the alarm is for. If you were to bring this vessel to a standstill for no good reason, you'd be in an even worse situation. I wish everything would just stop, the ship included. If you do something foolish, at least make it something that doesn't affect anyone else. She's so real for that. Alright. And the most important thing. This is it. This is the cabin next to ours. The one the ventilator connects to. It's the ventilator from which Kazuma wrote that he saw a speckled band emerging. Maybe whoever's in this cabin can help solve that particular mystery. Wrong voice. Let's ask. Is this not where Sholmes went to? No answer. Out of luck, it seems. There's no one in there to help with our inquiries. How annoying. Ah! What was that? It came from inside the cabin. Such a high-pitched scream. It must have been a woman. Stand aside. I'm about to break down the door. Mr. Sholmes. I shan't be stopped. When the fit is on me, I revel in kicking doors off their hinges. Please, wait, Mr. Sholmes. The door doesn't appear to be bolted. It doesn't. And how the deuce can I dispatch this muscular urge? What, pray, can I kick? I think we should go in. There's no time to think about stress relief. Simi, wake up. January. I said Simi, not Siri. Number 2. I'm crying. It's Bolshevik. Oh, hi. Hey. And he has a pair of scissors for some reason. Who are you? Western gentleman. This man looks Russian to me. We heard a woman scream. A woman? Do not be absurd. As you can see, there's nobody but me in this cabin. Sure, this old man does appear to be the only person in here. In that case, who just screamed? Get out, all of you, now! There's another door. Where does that connect to? Is it a... No, it can't be a restroom. And besides, Kazuma's room didn't have one of those. Please excuse the intrusion, but you're Mr. Grimsby Roylott, I believe. Yes, that's me. And you are? I'm the one and only, the actual Herlock Sholmes. You've heard of me, no doubt? Where she detransitioned in the split second? I'm crying? No. I'm a great detective among great detectives. One who adorns the covers of popular magazines, no less. So I assure you you may trust me completely. I use that magazine like a business card. A detective? I do not trust detectives. We distinctly heard a man... Jojo can't read. Jojo makes up words. We distinctly heard a scream emanating from within these walls. But there wouldn't appear to be a lady concealing herself within the wardrobe this time. So might I be so bold as to ask you to open that small traveling case? What? Don't be stupid. How could anyone fit in a small trunk like that? Yeah, that's the voice. That's the voice right there. Well, it's quite fashionable these days, is it not? Traveling inside of one's trunk. Don't look at me. What the? Oh my! Did you see that, Mr. Noho? Yeah, the case just shook. Leave, now! Otherwise, I'll call the steward. So this is Kazuma's neighbor, Mr. Grimsby Roylott. There's no doubt about it. This strange Russian man is hiding something. I couldn't agree more. Did she just read his thoughts? She just... Maybe it's whispering. That would explain a lot. Maybe. Let's see if we can find some clues before that burly sailor returns. I'm crying, they're still here. Why did he just post it up? I'm dead. Okay. What do you think you're doing? This is my cabin. Get out! Can we just have a quick look inside your traveling case, perhaps? No! That's more than reasonable, I think. What a pity. I think we're out of luck. I think you're right. There doesn't appear to be anything more we can do. I agree, but There may be someone else who can help. Perhaps that great detective could get somewhere with Mr. Roylott. Okay, let's look over here. What do you think you're doing? Ah. Okay, this is okay. We can't investigate anything. I get it. Holmes. Do you have a moment, please, Mr. Holmes? You need only address me as Sholmes. That's what I just did, isn't it? Well, Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing in there? Why, I was resting, of course. Resting? Indeed, I was contemplating our sea voyage for the confines of the wardrobe whilst waiting for the inevitable time that you would need to call my great powers of detection into service. Oh, and it would seem that the hour is upon us now. The time has come. Am I mistaken? Well, no, actually, you're spot on for once. Observe closely. Our Russian host in this cabin, Mr. Roylott, is clearly trying to hide something. And do you know what is the most effective weapon to use against a Russian hiding a secret? Why? The truth, of course. I'm crying. Though it should be pointed out that such methods are not exclusively for Russians. Right. Can you imagine how the Russian will react when the secret he guards so closely is exposed? Would you like to witness it? Oh, yes, please. Well then, what you are about to see may well astound you. For I'm about to apply my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case. Could this man be a more hackneyed portrayal of a dubious Russian, I ask you? What? From time to time it occurs to me. Is the fellow dubious on account of his Russianness, or Russian on account of his dubiousness? I really don't think either of those things should be occurring to you, or anyone. That's right, and Mr. Sholmes, I know this man's beard and dark glasses are hard to ignore, especially on first meeting, but I once read it is a capital mistake to theorize before you have all the evidence. It biases the judgment. Shh, I must have complete silence. What are you doing? Why are you peering at my face like that? They have similar voices, KMS. Just as I thought. Yes, I have quite made up my mind now. Huh? There can be no other explanation that accommodates all the facts. Mr. Roylott, I have reached two incontrovertible conclusions. What do you mean? Number one, your true identity is that of a villain. Using those shears, you are about to end the existence of something most dear. Are you not? Uh-huh. And number two, the other conclusion I have drawn. You are, at this very moment no less, in the midst of committing a most grievous crime. Beneath that beard, your mouth quivers with nervous tension as you realize you have been discovered. By the way, is Kazuma still dead? I'm crying. Yes, he is. Does it not? Ah. Oh, Naruhodo-san. Oh, Norifix! Oh, Naruhodo. I never imagined I would witness one of Mr. Sholmes' great deductions with my very own eyes. You just did. That was a great deduction? Nothing can deceive Mr. Sholmes. In a single glance, he can deduce all there is to know about a person. What? Okay, just wanted to make sure. My bad, bro. Yeah, Kazuma's packed up, bro. I hope that changes. I doubt it, but I hope it does. What ineffable twaddle. Oh yes, I've read about it countless times in the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, and I've experienced the astonishing impact of his great deduction firsthand. It is like a dream come true. That's adorable. I can hardly believe it, but all the color is trained for Mr. Roylott's face. Looks like somehow both of Mr. Sholmes' conclusions were right? How could you... How could I possibly know such things, you wish to say? Very well, then. I shall elucidate. I shall explain how it was that I arrived at this pair of conclusions. So I cordially invite you upon a journey of logical discovery. Let us board the train of reasoning. But plainly, let us work through my deductions together. The great deduction, the game is afoot. What's happening? Typical an old man's identity. Never seen a more fraudulent man in my life. He got it right! So, the dubious-looking Russian, Mr. Roylet, obviously, what catches the eye in the first place, is the enormous pair of shears in your hand. Now, we ask ourselves, what could you possibly want with such an implement? The answer, of course, is staring us in the face. He's shaving. All huge! You are on the verge of using the shears to cut away the copious beard you sport. Now moving on. We're trying to hang the shears. The question then begged is, why would you desire to rid yourself of this... of this magnificent beard, Mr. Roylet? Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. He's so fine. Regard, if you will, this morning newspaper, in particular the fascinating front-page article. Which it would appear you have read also, Mr. Roylet. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. Yeah, but they're not quite... I mean... It doesn't quite line up exactly. They're like kind of similar, but you know, not really. In translation, the headline reads, Revolutionary villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. As you cannot fail to observe, the subject of the article possesses an extremely copious beard. Having noted the article yourself, you decided to remove your incriminating facial hair before it gave you away. In short, your true identity is beyond doubt. Wait, Semi, okay, before we continue with this, this guy also deduced that Ryunosuke, the main character, was also this Russian revolutionary. So, take what this man says with a grain of salt, man. He is fraudulent, like you said, okay? You are the fearsome Russian revolutionary himself, villain Bolshevik. Not that I've heard of you myself, you understand. Okay. Revolutionary on the run. That's how I'm calling him fraudulent. This dude's crazy. Wrongdoing, okay. Now, as for my second conclusion... You are, at this very moment, on the brink of Why'd I say brink like that? I'm crying. On the brink of committing... Ah! You are at this very moment on the brink of committing a very grievous crime. And the proof of this crime, over here. Or there. Oh yes, Mr. Roylet. Taken unawares, the people have a propensity to let their eyes astray, you see. And I assure you, the eyes speak so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. The answer we seek lies where the furtive glance falls, not fails. The proof of your crime sits before our very eyes. Yes, that traveling case. It is time, I think, that the case be opened and its contents laid bare. No, I refuse. I'm crying. I gotta move. I gotta fix your voice, Bolshevik. Or Roylet, whoever you are. What could you possibly be concealing inside, we ask? By my estimation, a young lady, perhaps. One slight enough to fit therein. Don't be absurd. And what, pray, would the identity of this young lady in the traveling case? Would be the identity of this case? In the case? I mean, it shook, man. And what, pray, would be the identity of this young lady in the traveling case? Dear me. We are not well suited to a life of crime, are we? Your careless coup de... What the fuck? Your careless coup d'oeil betrays you. Once again, we need only follow your furtive glance to find the answer. Yes, the reason you refuse to open your traveling case can equally be found in the pages of this newspaper. For there's another, most stimulating article that we didn't read. It's on the back like you mentioned, and I neglected it. A kitty who really sounds like a young girl? Simi, you just like cats too much, bro. Turn it around. And we turn from the fleeing revolutionary to the back page. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. Such a headline can lead us to but one conclusion. Your crime is that of abduction. And according to the article, the young lady's name is Nikolina Pavlova. That girl is not fitting in that case. But this concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this Russian enigma, Elemensky. But she's a ballerina, so she's got to be flexible. So, oh, Susato-san, that wasn't one of the great deductions I've been hearing so much about, was it? Well, the stories are full of Sholmes' brilliant deductions, you know. But that did seem a little different somehow. Elemensky. So, excuse me, Mr. Sholmes, could you come over here a moment? I don't care if he's a fraud, he's fine. Pray, what can I do for you? It's about your deductions, would you mind? Not at all, go on. Well, to start with, there's the newspaper article. I think we had the same discussion before, but... these two men look nothing like each other. Ah, yes, I recall our discussion earlier. And at the time, I believe I told you that the man is a revolutionary, well able to revolutionize his own appearance. And in fairness to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Roulette does look more like this man than you do. That's not the point. And another thing, the part about him abducting the ballerina, indeed, a truly startling revelation. At first glance, the case would appear too small to accommodate a young woman. Not just at first glance, it is too small, clearly. You'd be lucky to fit a 5-year-old child into that case, even if you push really hard. Why is she glazing him so much? Bro, she's a fan of the stories. This is the real-life Sholmes, bro. I don't suppose that the missing ballerina is a 5-year-old child, is she? You mean you don't know? No, the young lady is 15! Oh, I didn't know. How could I? Well, if she's 15, then 10 years worth of her would be poking out from the case. Some years ago I read something pertinent, I believe. A troop of men consuming vinegar daily in order to promote a certain liveliness in their bodies. Vinegar? I hardly know her. For such a sour bunch, it would surely be simplicity itself to contort oneself into the confines of that small case. Oh dear, you might be thinking of contortionists in the circus, Mr. Sholmes. This whole thing is turning into a giant circus. Mr. Naruhodo, something has occurred to me about Mr. Sholmes' deductions just now. I think his powers of observation are, well, magical. His eyes cut to the heart of the matter almost instantly. Give me a break, bruh. It's just where he directs his attention and his logic that seem a little off. Okay. And where does that leave us? Your idea of a little may be a little off itself, Mr. Sato. There's just one or two key words in his deduction that seem to let him down. So I was wondering if we might perhaps tactfully switch them for alternatives. What do you think? Switch some key words in his deductions. Yes, but very tactfully. I feel sure if we could do that, we'd unlock the true genius of Mr. Sholmes' great deduction. Does that mean it's like Wilson? Surely you know the heart of the matter, chill boy? You're giving me too much credit, man. Precisely the thought that was going through my own mind. This man's a lot of work. At times I wonder how anyone puts up with me. Dude, he's just like me for real. It's not that funny. Ah, and you, my good fellow. Sorry? Take a moment to look at your wrists. My wrists? The ones that are cuffed? What the? Ah, where are your handcuffs? Huh? How did... I felt they may hinder your ability to follow me in our dance of deduction. I don't believe it. Mr. Sholmes, you are a marvel. And don't worry, I shall restore the shackles to your wrists when we are finished. I'm not worried. In fact, I'd rather stay like this. So, let us begin. Sherlock Sholmes is proud to present his Logic and Reasoning Spectacular. Okay, here we go. Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. Let's go. Huge, 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 huge. So we're gonna have to like press his statements then? Obviously, yeah, that is huge. If I knew that we're gonna have a segment like this, I would have ended the stream earlier. It's just like a courtroom section, bro. Little rip. Yeah, man. Little rip indeed. I'm not sure. Would you really use shears like that to cut off a beard? I doubt that's something I'll ever have to worry about. Yeah, because you're not masculine. It doesn't quite sit right with me, though. Doesn't seem to be sitting right with Mr. Willett either. Which means I suppose that the deduction is wrong. I'll try to switch a key word here, Naruto, and see if it helps. Alright, but how? I think we should start by taking a long, hard look at Mr. Willett. Wonder if it's really his beard they intend to use those shears on. Exactly. If we do manage to find something that seems to fit the sense of Mr. Sholmes' deduction better, then what? Then I'll leave the rest in your capable hands, Naruto. Why am I the one to do something about this? Well, anyway, let's see if there's anything we could even use to switch around in that last sentence. What exactly was Mr. Willett really going to use those enormous shears for? Coat buttons? Are you looking at the buttons on his coat? Could it be that Mr. Roylett was planning to cut these off? Oh! Why? When you're wearing thick gloves, it can be very hard to undo buttons. Then couldn't you just take off your gloves first? Aha! So he was going to use these scissors to cut his gloves off then. I want you to take a deep breath and look at this from a fresh perspective, Naruto-san. Notice, I think she's angry. That's a stellar interaction, bro. What the? What's this? It looks like a cascade of stunning golden locks. No, the color is not the point. The point is, what's it doing on the back of Mr. Rollett's head? How is it growing out from underneath his thick black hair? Well, me and Ryunosuke having the same exact reaction, like... Well, yes, that's true. So stunningly beautiful and stunningly surprising. Wait, I was right. Something's definitely not right here. Alright, what's hat? It's a very thick hat, isn't it? That's the secret, you see, Naruto-san. Don't you know? Secret? What? Well, before we left Japan, I took some time to study various foreign countries. Russia is a land of unimaginable cold, and the thick hat is the secret to keeping warm. Without one, I read that your brain would freeze. Should transition. I'm crying! Wait. Oh my... You're right! You're right! Holy... I'm crying. That was just one of many fascinating snippets of information, and oh mother, not Russia. I think maybe you picked the wrong book there. Okay. So how do I correct the deduction then? It's obviously the hair. Anything else we can interact with? Copious beard. It really is a very beautiful. Just make up words in the sentence. It really is a very full beard, isn't it? Yes, although according to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Roulette was about to cut it off. Something that looks nothing like the man pictured in the newspaper article, though. The apparently merciless revolutionary villain Bolshevik. So if he wasn't going to cut off his beard, presumably he was going to cut something else. Yes, we need to look at this from a fresh perspective and try to work out what. Okay, so I can reset everything? Alright.
Yes!
Let me tell you what it most certainly is. He's so cool! You're on the verge of using these shears to cut away the golden locks you sport. Indeed, you have identified the precise detail I was intending to expose. Such lush golden hair certainly does not befit an old man. I'm crying. Look, chill on Ryunosuke. He don't got internet. You're not a man at all. You're a woman. And judging from the length and sheen of your hair, one still very much in our youth. Oh no. If I had managed to get off my hair, no one would have suspected. He don't got internet. He don't. The question then begged is, why would you desire to rid yourself of these magnificent locks? Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. Oh, that was a shock. I had no idea that old man was really a young woman in disguise. Did you? What? Why are you staring at me like that? Yes, it was a surprise, Naruto-san. You're enjoying this, aren't you? Sorry? You look like you're in your element as you dance around the room, deducing the facts with Mr. Sholmes. Well, I'm just doing what we agreed. I'm not having fun or anything. It's strictly business, not... Yes, I understand. Say no more. Well, anyway, let's focus on this next part of Mr. Sholmes' deduction, shall we? The evidence that he picked out doesn't fit the facts at all. Wait, yeah, the evidence... well, the evidence that he's picked out doesn't fit the facts at all now. No, that's true, given that Mr. Roulette is actually a woman. Exactly, he, or rather she, can't possibly be this merciless revolutionary. I suppose it's because the deduction as a whole has taken a different direction now. Why is she clocking him, bro? I'm dead. Yes, let's switch the evidence for something else. Something that fits the facts as we now understand them. For some reason, this woman needed to try and hide her true identity. I feel as though I've either read or heard about a young woman in a situation like that recently. I'll try my best. It's the article, but it's the other side. Yeah, there we go. Huge. This is interesting. Have you found something relevant, Naruto? Well, no, I mean, it looks like it might be interesting. I can't read a single word, I'm afraid. Nor can I. But look at this picture. Perhaps this is about a beautiful young Russian princess, do you think? We already know what it's about, man! She's a ballerina! Right? She's very pretty, isn't she? I suppose you enjoy articles like this, do you? I don't know. I can't make any sense of it. I'm glad you've noticed this article. Allow me to give you a short summary of its contents. Oh, thank you. You pops up everywhere, this Mr. Sholmes. It's about the disappearance of a young lady last night. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. During a performance in Shanghai, the famous dancer was reported missing. She's, of course, the talented young Nikolina Pavlova. Her Russian name is so hard to remember. It would appear the woman was in costume when she was found to be missing from her dressing room, wearing the diamond tiara you see pictured, which is worth 20-something thousand rubles. How much is 20,000 rubles? I have no idea, but I'm quite sure it must be an unbelievable sum of money. So-san's eyes are shining like diamonds themselves. The tiara is property of the Novovich Ballet. It would seem the director is beside herself with worry. Yeah, I'm not surprised. The company is most anxious about to recover both Miss Pavlova and the valuable tiara. They've requested international assistance at all ports with sailings to Great Britain. Could this be another case of a Russian fleeing his or her country? It does seem to be the Russian thing to do. I'm never gonna... Holy crap. I'm never gonna dignify that with a response, Mr. Naruhodo. Alright. Now I get to... Wah, wah, wah. Are you a minion, bro? Alright, yes! Here we go. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the... Okay. The evidence that reveals your true identity is... Children can't read it. The evidence that reveals your true identity is, of course, the article about the ballerina. Heretic comes back as soon as I start fucking up again. Here we go. That's right. You've hit the nail on the head. Oh. Yo, Heretic, you missed it, man. You missed your boy. Shut up. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. It would appear we are finally able to address you by your true name. Yes, because your true identity is that of Novovich Ballet's prima ballerina. Miss Nikolina Pavlova. Ah! What does this have to do with Kazuma? Oh, my grapes. Sorry about that. I'm crying. Wait. She's fine? She's fine! This immediately sends me straight to that one Shamik Moore tweet. Do you like white girls? Do I? Megan Fox, Vanessa Hudgens, Allison from Twilight, Pavlova. That's such a good tweet. Like, yeah, I was mid. No, she's mid. She's the prima ballerina. What were you expecting, bro? But she's fine! Shut up, Heretic! I'm crying. What voice do I give her? I'm so lost. Chat, I'm lost. You're right. You're right. My real name is Nina. I am Nikolina Pavlova. But please, I beg of you, don't tell anyone. Russian woman. One look without the costume and bro immediately fell into the snow buddy mind control. What happened to the streamer I love? Bro, I'm the same as I've ever been, man. Snow buddy mind control. Got me digging my nose. I'm crying. I liked her with a beard more. Of course you would. Now, as for my second conclusion. You are, at this very moment, on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. And the proof of this crime... People! Welcome to the stream, people! Let's go! Everyone, let's go! I can't believe... I was like, oh, I need to end this stream, blah, 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 blah. And here we are, about to run on 3 hours. Technically 2.5, since the first, 30 minutes was just nothing. But still. And the proof of this crime, over there. I think I like Herlock Sholmes. Alright. 4:51 a.m., but I'm standing tall. Hey, man, that's why I always stream this game on Fridays. So hopefully you don't have to do anything at all in the morning. Although that's probably going to be cut short in the coming weeks. But whatever. Once January hits, we're going to be back in full swing. Sort of. January the 10th, probably. If I had to guess. If that's right in the first place. Anyway, that's aside. Over to the stream. Gonna get them in back shots. All right. During my birthday. When's your birthday? When in January is it? I'm guessing the 17th. And the proof of this crime over there. 27th? Damn it. I was so close, sort of. Oh yes, Miss Pavlova. Taken unawares, people have a propensity to let their eyes astray, you see. Ah. And I assure you, the eyes speak so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. Alright, we've been through this. Or whatever. Same day as Washington's. Born on the same day as Mozart. Yeah, there's specimens. Alright. Sholmzaddy? Oh no. Okay. New target acquired, I see. Hold on. I still haven't finished this chicken parm, bro. It doesn't have TB. You're evil. Alright. Didn't take very long for the Sholmes train to start running. Please, don't talk about running trains on Sholmes around Heretic, man. Okay. This woman's the ballerina, and she's right in front of our eyes. Can't be inside that traveling case as well. No, that's right. It seems she wasn't abducted after all. In which case, what is the crime this young woman is apparently committing? I can see I'm gonna have to step in and fix the great detective's mistake again. You seem to look pleased, Naruhodo-san. Do you like the idea of another chance to dance around with Mr. Sholmes? Stop it. Anyway, there must be something else here that shows what this woman is up to. She was an alcoholic. The revolutionaries in the case? Honestly, huge. You make a mistake, he's perfect. I'm sorry, bro, but he's all about making mistakes. Hop off for your Nosuke. A waste paper basket. Let's have a little look inside. Naruhodo-san, it's poor etiquette to go sifting around through someone's rubbish, you know. Oh, those eyes. She's looking at me like I'm a piece of rubbish now. However, these are special circumstances, I think. Sim's woohoo style is nuts, bro. Exactly, we have no choice. It's just trash, okay. There's hardly anything in here at all. Oh, well, that's a little disappointing. We know what it's not. The case itself. It's a very small case, isn't it? You can see instantly that there's no person that could possibly fit inside there. Does that tell us that Miss Pavlova's telling glance in this direction was focused on something else? Yeah, that's true, though. It doesn't make sense. What do you mean? Well, if there's nothing incriminating inside this case, why did she refuse to let us look inside? Because that's personal. Yes, I wonder. Perhaps she has a perfectly harmless reason, though. Alright, well. Execute Ryunosuke. You good, bro? Wow, look at this dazzling tiara. Never seen anything like it. Are those real diamonds, do you think? Oh, Naruhodo-san, try it on. What? Me? Isn't it usually girls who have to wear tiaras? Wouldn't you like to try it on? Oh, no, I couldn't possibly. It's far too beautiful. Why does this tiara look familiar? I feel like I've seen it somewhere recently. Well, I think that settles that. Well, I'm still my Sholmes? Bro. Yes! Hop back on Hosonaga. Oh, so she was fleeing and stealing the... No. She's too beautiful to have tried to steal something. Beautiful women have never committed crimes. Hey, Simi, have you looked on Twitter recently? Did you see what I retweeted? Oh, that woman was so gorgeous. I wish she'd kill me next, bro. Sorry. The proof of your crime is surely this tiara. I believe this tiara is worn on stage by dancers in the Novovich Ballet, is it not? Indeed, it would appear to be identical to the tiara pictured in this here newspaper article. And if the reporting is to be believed, an item worth 20,000 rubles. To be fair, you retweet quite a few things. Look, man, you will know me by my works. If you've seen the tweet, you know what I'm talking about, okay? And I quote retweeted it, so you'll know. I got quite a lot of dead healthcare CEO in my feed regardless. That's fair. Like, you will know me by my works, that's all I'll say. She's so fine! In summary, the crime you have committed is theft. Oh no. Yes, you left your ballet troupe unlawfully taking their precious tiara with you. Ah! Okay. Girl, it can't be that cold. I have no one, no family, no friends. I'm all alone, and I need money. There's nothing converted from Borunosuke. We gotta shoot you dead in the street, bro. But I did not steal the tiara. This nobody can't come. It was a present from, how do you say, an Earl of Prussia. It belongs to me. Un momento. I gotta finish this chicken farm, bro. I'm sorry. She's 15! I forgot about that! I'm gonna enjoy this chicken parm! I'm gonna enjoy this chicken parm! And we're gonna forget about everything that just happened! I'm gonna eat it! I'm eating my chicken parm, and there's nothing you can do about it. Leave me alone. Check his scissor, check the hard drives, check this fist in your mouth. I'm crying, man. This game sucks, man. This game sucks so bad. Anyway, she must have been extremely lonely. Alright, I will tell you everything. There's no point to hiding it now. Relax. Shut up. Come, let us not be hasty. What? There remains one unresolved mystery about you. Mystery? What do you mean? You have staunchly refused to open this traveling case of yours in our presence. It is reasonable to conclude, therefore, that there exists some reason why you wish to why you wish it to remain closed. Is that not so, Miss Pavlova? My dear girl, there is no sense in playing games with me. Nothing escapes my attention. Indeed, I have a very good idea of the contents of your case, even before I have even laid eyes on them. Dear me, we're not well suited to a life of crime, are we? I knew you were a freak show. Pipo, not you too! I'm a victim of bad memory. Okay. Alright, we've been here before. This is new. Okay. Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the books on the shelf. Wait. That... It's the same as the other room. It's all fallen over in the same way. He's completely changed tack with his deduction now. I think Mr. Sholmes is adapting his logic to the changing circumstances, don't you think? I'm gonna head off. Alright, I'll see you later. Thanks for joining again. I'm sad you didn't get to see your mans. But, maybe next time. You'll show caught calling 15-year-old Valor gonna find. True story. Simmy! Simmy, stop! Simmy! Stop! Stop it! Stop it! So you're freaky chilling or chill? Just freaky timestamp? I don't have a timestamp. I don't know. It was earlier. And he was in a new outfit too. It was crazy. Just go back. It was before we left the first cabin room. Simmy, stop! You're evil! Maybe, but why has he suddenly brought the bookshelf in all this? It's just a wild guess, sure. It's just a wild guess, surely. Oh, do you think so? Well, it doesn't seem likely that the reason why this young woman doesn't want to open her case would have been written in a book that doesn't even belong to her. Yes, that's true, but still, Miss Pavlova certainly did cast her eyes in that direction. I noticed it myself. There has to be another reason why she won't open her case. It must be somewhere in the same area, and that's where her gaze was involuntarily drawn. I agree, that's the only answer. Whatever she has hidden inside that case should be revealed by following her gaze in the direction of the bookcase. What rules of passage again? Stop. Hold on. Okay, passage rules. No weapons. Oh, what if it's a weapon? But I don't think weapons... Wait. It's a pet! Oh, it's a pet. Ah, of course, of course. Through our stream yet again? Yes, sir. Okay, that's it. It's not that, and it's probably not this. This is a charming little picture, isn't it? What is it? Someone climbing a steep mountainside? Or descending one, seems to me. We've been on the flat sea for a while. Maybe you start seeing hills and mountains and everything. I guess we might as well investigate this as well, even though I know what it is. It looks like these are all the same books that we have in our cabin. I suppose the steward likes to make sure passengers have plenty to read for the long voyage. And have you noticed how all the books have fallen over just like in Cosmo's cabin? See ya, heretic. Oh yeah, you made it to the 3-hour mark, baby. Sort of. It's almost like someone's taking a sweep at them. If I 100% collect this lady before the deduction even began, if it's a pet, I'm crying. Maybe Miss Pavlova? Well, while she was practicing her ballet. Anyway, the point is, we don't have time to look through all these books at the moment. Even if we wanted to, they're all in Russian. Well, that's a relief. Let's try our luck elsewhere. Alright, so, we know what it is. We're not even gonna try the cabin door. We know what it is. Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the rules of passage. Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the rules of passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. Inside that case of yours is something forbidden from carriage on this vessel. That's the real reason why you refuse to open it, thus revealing its contents. As we've seen, the trunk wobbles from time to time, but a weapon or other dangerous item would move of its own accord. Which leaves but one possibility, Miss Pavlova. Inside your traveling case is the last item listed as forbidden in the vessel's rules of passage. A pet! Ah! Chat, can I just say, they're fine! This game might just be peak. This game might just actually, like... There should be a letterbox for video games. This is like... This is worth 5 stars and a heart. And like an essay for why I love it. So, clearly, you aren't who you said you were. No, I'm not Grimsby Roylet. My real name is Nikolina Pavlova. Everything you said was correct. You absconded during one of your ballet company's performances in order to escape your homeland. Later that same night, you stole aboard this vessel. Which couldn't have been easy. The brig is a huge steamship with a vast crew. But you really have snuck on board without being noticed? In order to obscure your true identity, you somewhat recklessly took the guise of an old gentleman. And you intended to sever all links with your past by severing your long hair. Yet, to a woman, hair is no trifling matter. My personal recommendation is to leave it well alone. So, if it was just you about to cut off your own hair, what was it that allowed that scream we heard from outside the cabin? That veritable tinkling of a bell. Why, none other than this young lady, naturally. Like a full set of pipes, if you ask me. I was so scared when I ran away in Shanghai. I was sure they would come looking for me. That's why I decided to, how do you say, disgust myself? I'm crying. So no one would recognize me. As a result, you transform yourself into that questionable man? I see. I put on the fur hat and fake beard. Then just before you came in here, I saw the newspaper. On the page, there was a picture of me. How does Bolshevik tie into all this, man? I was so frightened I couldn't stop myself from screaming. If I didn't change my appearances completely, it would find me. So I decided to cut all my hair as fastly as possible. I picked up the scissors in my hand and... At that precise moment, we walked in through the annoyingly unlocked cabin door. Things happen like that sometimes, don't they? Things do indeed happen like that, from time to time. Are those two even talking about the same thing? There's just one more thing I'd like to know. What exactly do you have inside your traveling case? You were right. It is my dear friend inside. My only friend in the whole wide world. Please, don't tell anyone. If the captain finds out, if you say to any of the crew... Your secret is safe with us, I assure you. But in return... You must tell us, in as much detail as you can muster, about the events of last night. Was the band the tiara? Yes, alright, I'll tell you. Well, Miss Naruhodo? Wasn't it something, Mr. Shulm's great deduction? It was certainly something, yeah. I'm just not entirely sure of what. At least Miss Pavlova has agreed to tell us what she knows. That's incredible. Indeed, it is incredible. And one more thing. Oh, yes? What? Observe your wrists. Oh, brother. Your hands are cuffed again. What? But how? True to my words, I restored your shackles. When? And why? There's still a shadow of guilt cast over you, Mr. Naruhodo. I'm sorry to say, it can't be helped at the moment. Can it really? Anyway, let's listen to what Miss Pavlova has to say. I can't go on not knowing he's so mad. I'm mad too, man. After we danced together in the spotlight so beautifully, this betrayal. I can't believe it. Anyway, I have to find out what the speckled band that Cosmo wrote about in his diary really was. There's so much. Oh, there's so much dialogue. I want to end stream right now, but I can't. Chat, should I end stream here? I'll leave it in your capable hands. Simi, I think you're like the only person here. Should I end stream? I know you want to go to bed. And I do have to be... Ooh. But then I won't be playing it until next Friday. Ugh. Well, that's even if I can play next Friday. I'll see you could? Alright. I think after that deduction is a good stopping point. But then again, that just means we're going to go jump right into a bunch of dialogue. And I mean, the whole game is a bunch of dialogue, but you know what I mean. Anyway. I think I'll end it here. Because we have been going for 3 hours and 10 minutes. Alright. Well, Simi, I appreciate you for joining. You joined at the point where I was like, yeah, let me just go ahead and end it. Like, yeah. So I'm crying. Well, I wasn't going to end it. I didn't want to make it to a substantial portion. Courtroom, maybe. But honestly, are we even going to have a courtroom? Like, well, surely. Surely. I mean, there's just like the original Ace Attorney where you do like the investigation portion. It's just a really, really long investigation. But anyway. Yeah, I appreciate you for joining, man. See you in the next one. Hopefully next Friday. I guess this is going to be my Friday game. Honestly, I might be... what if I'm consistent? What if Tuesday's Dino Crisis, Thursday, so whatever... Ace Attorney is Friday. It's just very easy to do these Ace Attorney streams on Fridays because my sister is always out of the house and so is my mom. It's like fantastic. Nobody's here. Peach. Anyway. I do want to go ahead and end it because I got work in the morning, unfortunately. But Jill Chill consistent. I'm crying. Speaking of, I need to get back into videos and editing and stuff. I should make a room on my laptop. I've been meaning to do that. Mark my words, the return is happening. The return is happening. It's just like, one funny thing is like, I am such a different person than I was since like my last recording. It's gonna be really funny to go back and see my mindset back then. Oh, brother. Back when I was a happy individual. Back when I had a soul. Let me stop being emo. I'm sorry. I'm crying. Alright, anyway. That's enough of that, man. I appreciate you for joining. Hopefully see you in the next one. On Tuesday, I hope. That's unlikely. But, you know. See you, man. Actually, wait. I'm off work on Sunday, and I don't think I'm doing anything. I might stream Sunday. Anyway. Yeah, bye.